and gentlemen, our next contest is scheduled for one fall.
You know he wants this one bad.
Palbo, I mean, what a test of this young man's skill, of all of the things he's learned up to this point in pro wrestling.
Look at the big head.
There's a lot of big heads floating
well,
around.
Well, thank you. The Norbert one is the worst.
Yeah.
I have now nightmares about that.
Nolan Pierce, you know what? He packed this crowd here tonight. He brought a lot of fans here to see him in maybe one of the most important matches of his career. Palbo, you saw the videos on social media, VSK holding Nolan Pierce up on his shoulders when he was a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. And here he comes. And I don't expect any shenanigans in this one.
And his opponent, also from Long Island, New York, weighing in 190 pounds, VSK!
And I say it all the time, VSK probably pound for pound the most talented worker here in PPW. He has it all. I mean, he is just rock solid.
Absolutely. I mean, he's done it all, been all over the world, and he brings those talents here to Slatington, Pennsylvania. And VSK's become a mainstay here on the roster over the past couple of years, delivering some of the hardest-hitting, high-profile matches we've ever had here at PPW.
And here we go, EJ.
Yeah, Palbo. Stuff like this doesn't happen too often in pro wrestling. I'm trying to think of a comparison here.
And this crowd is split right down the middle. Let's go VSK, let's go Nolan. Here we go, collar and elbow tie up right in the center of that ring.
VSK backing Nolan Pierce to the corner, clean break there. Shout out to our official Jeff Carden. Nolan Pierce going into that hammerlock there. Maybe you don't want to get too much into a grappling match here with someone who obviously has a little bit of the strength advantage.
And you see how quickly Nolan Pierce ducked out of there. Now, are you noticing Nolan being a little timid this match, EJ? You think it's nerves?
Absolutely. I mean, he's fighting one of his heroes here. That has to be in the back of his mind.
Here we go again here. Nolan into the headlock. Just really cinch it up. You see VSK trying to power his way out. Now going to send Nolan for the ride. Oh, shoulder tackle, and doesn't move an inch at all. He says, try it again, son. Oh, man, and
Palbo, I think this is just a preview of things to come. VSK is going to push Nolan Pierce to his limit.
Pierce ducks the line there, and oh, nice shoulder tackle, gets VSK off his feet, floats over, shoulders down, and a kick out immediately at 1. You see how fast VSK was once he was on his back.
Nolan Pierce. You know, he needs to stay on top of VSK, though. Once he gets that advantage, I mean, I know it's good to close, but this is a different caliber of opponent.
Yeah, either way, EJ, no matter if it's Nolan Pierce or VSK, the other one's got to keep the other one grounded and stay heavy on him.
You know, VSK just had him there, a little mat wrestling there, and it came up into the arm bar. Now going to wind up the arm. Nolan's going to roll through into the bridge. Nice roll over. And a nice drop kick right in the button on VSK. A nice roll through by Pierce. If he could have just reared back a little bit, he had a 2 count on him. Oh man, big European uppercut by VSK and puts him right down on the mat. And another one. And Justin, you can see the power behind those blows as Nolan is flat on his back after he's taken each one of them.
Yeah, these strikes from VSK tonight have a little bit more pepper on them than usual.
Down he goes underneath. Up and over goes VSK. Oh, my nice head scissor takeover by VSK, and Nolan throws a prettier drop kick than that. Right on the button.
You know what, VSK, he understands that Nolan Pierce, I mean, he's not a rookie anymore. He's not a little kid.
No, he just went for a big frog splash and got his knees up in the nick of time. Pierce delivering those kicks.
Beautiful roundhouse kicks from Pierce. Ducks the heel kick there.
Got VSK off his feet. This is the opening that Nolan needs, but he's taking his time there. I think he's being a little too cautious, EJ.
Well, he knows that the slightest mistake VSK could capitalize on, and that's it. The match is over.
Up top he goes. Oh boy. Oh man, pulled him right down. Up he goes again.
Now VSK is going to give a counting lesson, but Pierce gets out. Pierce cuts class.
Oh man, big boot right across the face. And crowd, you can see Nolan's family in the front row there cheering him on. VSK a little stunned there, trying to clear the cobwebs.
Nolan Pierce keeping that pressure on. Maybe he heard us talking over here. Seems to be opening up the throttle a little bit here.
Both men locked down there, and oh man, he threw him right over the top rope.
Yeah, he just manhandled Nolan Pierce there. No more Mr. Nice
Now
Guy
Nolan
here.
trying to clear the cobwebs. Now he's down there on the hard concrete floor here of the Slatington Expo Center. Now VSK sliding out to greet him. Oh man.
Vicious
Tell you what,
European
just
uppercut.
the velocity behind those uppercuts. And again.
Ooh, that was vicious. Right in front of Nolan Pierce's cheering section there.
Yeah, VSK showing a side of him we haven't seen. Pierce trying to fight back. Oh man! Right against the rail. Oh man! Pierce turns it over. Martial arts style kicks. But I'll tell you what, Nolan limping on that leg. Trying to get across. Jaw jacker by VSK there, yeah. And Nolan, I'm just watching how stunned he is.
Polbo, like I said, VSK, he's a different caliber athlete.
Yes, he is. Snapmare takeover. Up top he goes. Boy, that one turnbuckle. We got to take care of that thing. VSK right behind the neck. 1, 2. Oh, Nolan kicks out. I thought that was it.
Nolan Pierce is functioning surely on willpower right now.
Well, I mean, he's waited his whole life for this match.
He's going to give it everything he has. He's going to leave it all out in that mat.
And just stomping away.
But
Nolan Pearson.
He needs to get back to his feet here, Polbo. I think he's out.
Oh, he's firing back.
Too soon.
Left hands. Coming back.
Off the ropes.
Oh, into the sunset flip. 1, 2. Oh, I thought he had him, EJ. I thought he had him. And
running knee there from VSK sends Nolan Pierce. I mean, he's dazed.
I thought he went right out of the ring, but he held on. He caught himself on the steps there. Gonna roll him over, shoulders down. 1, 2, and a kick out again at Pierce. You know, whatchamacall now starting to look at the look on his face. VSK saying, what does he have to do to put this kid away? Rolling him over into the middle of the ring. Now just laying the knees across the chest. VSK's going up top. Oh man, EJ, how about that?
Oh, he just crushed his face there with that knee.
Still can't put him away. And look at VSK, he's starting to get annoyed. And grinding it out.
Tell you what, VSK, he's losing his grip here. Nolan Pierce is fighting back, fighting out, feeding off the energy of the crowd.
He don't have much left, EJ. Pierce blocked by VSK. VSK with a big right hand. Oh man, did you see his head snap back on that one? VSK, a big lard. He's thrown everything at him, Justin, but the kitchen sink. 2 again.
VSK's getting frustrated.
He's definitely
here.
getting frustrated.
You can see it when they start doing this, those multiple covers. He's just thinking what else to do. He just wants to keep the pressure on him.
It only takes one mistake, EJ. One mistake. I don't think VSK is going to let that happen, but one mistake, and he could be looking at the lights, but he's talking a lot to Nolan Pierce.
Yeah, VSK bringing it back down to first gear. Maybe that's a mistake. He wants to bring it up to fifth at this point.
Just delivering. Oh man, a big uppercut again.
One thing you can never do is count Nolan Pierce out, Paul. We've seen it time and time again. He strives best as that underdog, but at a certain point, you got to start fighting back.
Wrenching the neck back. The knee contorted right into the middle of the back. Trying to fight back.
Yeah, those are just brutal shots to the midsection there. This one's devolving into an all-out brawl.
Oh, Pierce, Pele kick right to the side of the head.
Off the ropes, beautifully done. Paul Bo, I think Stella got her groove back here.
Oh, Pierce firing up around shoulders. Oh, nice bicycle kick there. He's got to cover him. He's got to try to go for a cover here. Pierce up and over he goes again. off to that hardwood floor again. VSK, Tope Suicida.
Bobo, this is what I'm talking about, upping the pressure, bringing Nolan Pierce into those murky waters. Nolan Pierce! Beautifully done, Paul Bowe. Your favorite move right there.
Nolan going up top. Oh, cross body block. Rolls him up one. VSK reversed him, but he rolled right through. Oh, Pierce laying the lumber on a Saturday night.
Oh, I thought that was it. I thought we were going to see the upset there.
Well, just barely kicked out. Let's watch the replay there, EJ. The Tope Suicida here through that middle rope. Now the front face lock applied by Pierce. Right to the midsection. Oh, nice German into the bridge. Kick out at 2.
Nolan Pierce struggling.
Both men visibly tired, EJ.
You can't blame them. I mean, Paul Bowe, they've thrown everything at each other.
Yeah.
Except the kitchen sink.
Oh man, right across the leg. VSK. Oh man. 1, 2. Well, crowd loving it here, chanting, "This is awesome. I can't agree with them anymore." Pierce. VSK has him up, fireman's carry. What could be next here? Oh, roll him up. 1, 2. Kick out. Back elbow by Pierce. Pierce on that middle rope. Oh man, VSK just bent. Oh no, picks him up. I thought he was going for a cover there.
I think he wants to end this one now, Paul Bowe.
Well, has him up again. A second time across the back of the neck. VSK, oh man!
Oh, that was brutal. That was absolutely devastating. Oh!
Kicked out again. VSK up top, frog splash from the top. Kicked out again.
This one going into the championship rounds here, Paul.
Oh my God, I'll tell you what, both men, everything.
Paul, but what do they have left in the
I don't know. I'm speechless here. They've tried everything to put each other away, but nothing's working. Pierce rolls through. 1, 2. VSK rolls out. Into the backslide. 1, 2. Oh my God, standing Spanish fly. Nice drop kick right on the button. Nolan can't get over. Pierce can't get over to cover him. He has not much left. He's crawling, and VSK's just rolling to the ropes. And VSK just, you talk about veteran awareness there, EJ. VSK knew exactly where he was. exactly where he was.
And you could see the frustration starting to mount. Nolan Pierce usually calm, cool, and collected, but you know.
Oh, I mean, fatigue is setting in here. They're about 20-minute mark here. Pierce. Oh man, VSK with the super kick. Caught him on the button and again right in the rib cage. Could the third time be a charm? Double knees across the back. 1, 2, and again, Pierce kicked out.
See that, double knees. And you know what? He just took a little too much time getting over to Nolan Pierce for that cover. Pierce couldn't even muster the energy for a right hand there, and this has to be it, Paul Bowe.
Oh boy, he has him. Oh man. And VSK has put away Nolan Pierce. I'll tell you what though, what a match.
They push each other to the limits, Paul Bowe. You know what? The year's not over. Do we have a match of the year contender here? We'll have to see next month at PPW Spark.
Yeah, I mean,
and listen to this crowd showing their appreciation.
yeah, I mean,
Doesn't get any better than that. That is independent wrestling at its finest.
and I expect a show of sportsmanship here from VSK. What do we got coming up next?
Paul Bowe, we are getting down here on the card. Mark Alexander, Diego Hill for that vacant television championship.
And the crowd is still rocking here in Slatington.